I'm Dr. Sara Filmater. I work at Mayo Clinic Florida in family medicine and sports medicine. I'm a scuba diver and a breath hold diver, also known as a free diver. Over my lifetime, I have found that free diving is extremely peaceful, and being underwater without having the equipment on my back or the bubbles around me is just one of the most peaceful environments to be in. My husband and I actually both spend time doing this. We can hold our breath for about 4 minutes. We can get to, on average, about 60 or 70 feet. Breath hold diving is different than scuba diving because in scuba diving, you take a tank down with you, and so you get air while you're down there. But when you hold your breath and dive, you just take one big deep breath and dive down for as long or as far as you can go, but remembering to have time to make it back up to the surface before you need a breath again. When we hold our breath, our drive to breathe comes from our hypercapnic response, or the buildup of CO2. It's not the drop in oxygen or the hypoxia that we experience. So when we're down at depth and the CO2 builds up and our hypercapnic response kicks in, we start to get diaphragmatic contractions that tell us to breathe, and that would be a very good time to turn around and come back up to the surface before you need more air. In breath hold diving, there are several ways that you can increase your total lung capacity and learn to be able to take bigger breaths to stay underwater longer. One of those is called lung packing or glossopharyngeal insufflation, where you take a big deep breath and then you try to swallow to add more air on top. This takes practice and is best done by the professionals. In the discipline of freediving and breath holding, there are actually a couple of different disciplines. One, you can use 2 fins, or for our mermen and mermaids, you would know we can also use something called a monofin, where your feet are in a single fin, so you get to move like a mermaid or a merman through the water, and that can be extremely fun and gratifying. Free diving and breath hold diving, as well as scuba diving, are just some of the sports that I help people attempt to return to as a sports medicine physician. Really, our entire goal is to get athletes back to their sports, to keep divers diving, and to not say no if at all possible. And it's organizations like Diveheart that help us to keep imagining the possibilities.